Hi, I'm Gracie X, and recently I wrote an article for Mind Body Green. You can find it on my website, graciex.com, entitled Why I Taught My Daughter What a Vibrator Was When She Was 10 years old. And they came up with that title, which I think is a great title. Talk about baiting you to click on that title. What happened was my daughter came into my room, unbeknownst to me. I had a drawer on a bureau that had different sex toys. And she took this little vibrator and she came back to me 2 weeks later and said, "Mom, I took your vibrator and I really like it." And I said, "Wow, that's fantastic. I'm really glad that you did that, because masturbation is going to be a way that you get to know your body and get to know what it takes to turn you on and to have an orgasm. And this will be information that in the future you'll give to your sexual partners, and you're doing your homework." This is what it is to be the child of Gracie X. Anyway, my daughter is now 15, and you know, when I wrote the article, one of the things that I cited were statistics. Apparently the US has one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the Western world. It is unfortunate. In a way, it does not surprise me, because we are so puritanical in our sex education, and it's taken us a long time to even get past the abstinence-only programs. I am not saying that teens should have sex. That's not what I'm saying. There seems to be a prevalent fear that talking about sex and educating our children about sex excuse me, will encourage them to have sex. I think just the opposite is true. I think the more education and information that teenagers have, and that education starts early in their when they're 8, 9, 10, when they're 5, and they ask what babies, where they come from. If that foundation of education is there, then kids will make good choices. And studies show that this is true. The Netherlands, Germany, and France all have comprehensive sex education, and their teen pregnancy and STD transmission is very, very low among teenagers. So knowledge breeds intelligence and good choices. And what happened for me when my daughter turned 15, she had a boyfriend, and they started being more and more amorous, and she came to me and said, "You know, I'm not ready to have sex, but he wants to have sex." He was being very respectful. She told me the situation and what was happening, and I told her, you know, why don't you try this, and why don't you try that? Because vaginal penetration is not the ultimate source of pleasure, as lesbians know. Lesbians, some of the, you know, most artful people in bed. And anyway, I gave her a bunch of ideas, and she took them, and it worked, and it prolonged her period of being able to make her own choices and decide when and if she wanted to have sex for the first time with her boyfriend. So those are my comments. I know this is a very heated and controversial subject, but I feel very passionate that sex education is important for teens and for children, and also for adults to keep learning about sex. And those are my thoughts. You can read the article on graciex.com. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Namaste.